Hello again, it's Noob, and I'm really excited to show off this new Multipick Dimple lockpick set. Why, you might ask? Well, I've personally been working with Multipick on this set for months and months and months, and finally it's ready to be released. So, full disclosure, yes, I did work with Multipick on this set. I worked with Multipick in the past, I hope to continue to do so in the future. This set was given to me for the purposes of this review, but it's not a paid review, all thoughts my own. I don't get paid for any sales of this kit, and there aren't any affiliate links below or anything like that. So yeah, the only other thing to say, of course, is it's going to be very hard for me to be objective about a set that I really sort of specified. So yeah, bear that in mind, because it's clearly made in a way that I like. Otherwise, why would I have designed it this way? Anyway, so you might be thinking, well, what is this kit all about? Well, Multipick sell some G Pro sets. I've got one of them here, and they still sell these, and they're really great. And I helped design some Dimple turners with them, with the long noses. And these are a great set, they really are. And I use them all the time, mostly because the flags on these are just really well made. They're straight, use out the pack, you can change them over, you can buy replacements. They're just a really good out of the pack set. Multipick sell a big set for around I think €200 or so, depending on whenever you watch this video, exchange rates, all that kind of stuff. They sell a smaller set with only 2 handles and interchangeable tips for around €94. So I wanted something in between, whilst also tweaking the set to my liking, with deep and great consideration for what I think other Dimple lock pickers would like as well. So it isn't just for me. I'm hoping that this will really appeal to everybody. This is going to be like the medium set in the range, and I think that's going to be a really good thing. Again, just personally speaking. So what are they? What did we choose to do? Well, I didn't want interchangeable tips. I'm thinking if somebody wants a smaller Dimple lockpick set for a lower price, but doesn't want to have to keep changing the tips over, you're going to need to have handles. And if you're going to have handles, then I wanted to make some adjustments for this set over the G Pro ones. Again, this might be your preference, in which case these are still available, but I wanted to make some small adjustments. One being that there is now a little line, can you see that, on the tip, aligned with the flag. So you know this is at 90 degrees when that is up, and you can see how that would move with the flag tip. So that's really useful as a guide. The other thing is, you might be able to tell that this is much wider. I think it's around 9 or 10 millimeters in diameter here, which just gives you a bit more, I like to say, comfort and grip where you need it most when you're rotating these. Also, you see how I'm holding this? This handle is a little bit longer. So if I align these, you'll see it's not much, but a little bit longer, which again, I just find is slightly better for comfort. And they're surprisingly sort of well balanced if I put my finger in the center. So they're weighted towards the center, which is also, I think, quite nice. In terms of what we chose, I wanted to make this the sort of a minimum set, whilst also providing equal left-hand flags and right-hand flags. Well, left-hand and right-hand flags. 2 curve flags. So here you go. 2 left and right. So I've got the right-hand and left-hand flag here. Curved tips, and they've got a really nice curve on them. It's going to be good for getting over your warding, things like the Stroll and Abus Extra Class, those kind of things. 2 of the longer, wider left and right flags, and then some smaller ones here as well, like that. As you can tell, the flags are well tumbled and rounded. The shafts are nice and round. Look at this, getting really close to the camera. And of course, like all Multipick stuff, you've got your Multipick logo, says Multipick on there. It's this is the Elite G Pro 04. It's got a unique number on it. So yeah, it's just a few things, a bit longer, a bit wider. It's got a little marking on here. It's well balanced, and you've got an equal amount of left-hand flags and right-hand flags. which I think is, again, a nice medium range set. Then you've got just 3 dimple turners, the old ones, again, to keep the prices down, but these are really good. So I think that, oh, and of course the case, which is, let me just grab these up and show you. It's the standard Dimple pick case, and yes, they do fit in really nicely, and there's also room to put more in if you want, so it will come sort of like this with them spaced apart so they all fit in comfortably. But yeah, this is the pick roll that you get, which is really nice. So I think we should pick a few locks, don't you? Let's pick a few locks of these. One thing I forgot to mention is it does come with a little hex key so that you can make sure your tips are nice and tight, or change them out with some spares or replacements that you get from Multipick. So first up, I thought we'd go difficult with a 3-star diamond grey dimple lock with sliders. Just put that, get the key in, there we go. Of course it works lovely. I'm going to use the 1.5mm turning tool, which is really nice and thick, it's good sort of turning force. We've got the middle of the left hand flags, not the big one, so we're going to go in and pin 1, little click, pin 2, little click, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, pin 5 at the back now, binding, little click, back through, hit 4 and we're into a full set. Just check the tops of the pins. I think pin 3 is giving us some counter rotation here. There we go, and that's set. I'll just check all the pins before we go on to the sliders, and they feel fine. So I've got a 0.4mm half diamond, which I can just use to try to turn the sliders to the right, and it feels pretty good. Now what I can do is also use something like a probe to just see if I can, there we go, hit that, and we are open. Look at this, lovely. Okay, so we have another 3-star dimple lock. This time it's got a very chunky key and quite a wide keyway, so I'm going to be using the 1.2mm turner in the warding at an angle like that, and then I'm going to try to use this curved, there you go, right hand flag. So nothing on 1, 2, check 3, no, 4, it's binding, 4, into a bit of a false set, so 1, there you go, that's 3, this is 5, and we are open. Okay, last lock, I think one of my favourite ones, just a 1-star Eurocylinder, but a fun one to pick, so that's what we're going to go with. Going to be using the last turning tool I haven't used yet. That's another 1.2. I've got the thickest left hand flag here, so good amount of tension. 1, 2, binding a little bit, 3, little click, 4, binding heavily, little click there, 5 and 6 at the back, little click, okay, back through. This is pin 3, pin 2 now, and last I think pin 1, which has just popped back up. And there we go, we have the open. We are actually in some trap pins. I need to pick it back to reset it, so I've got the left hand flag and tap the pin and we're open. Well, closed. So there you go. I hope you could see that these were extremely usable. I had a lot of fun using them and picking the locks. I do personally find that it's more comfortable having a wider grip area. It gives me a bit more torque and control, again, I find. And I just find these really, really comfortable to use, especially when you're picking for a long period of time. I know that if you've ever tried the Multipick G Pro Dimple picks, then you'll know that the tips are really good straight out of the pack. You can get replacements. from Multipick, so that's really useful. And yes, of course, you can change them out, so that's another good thing. So if you like the Multipick tips, which again I would say are some of the best out of the pack tips around, if you like them, you haven't dipped into the G Pro series and wanted something with, you know, it's a little bit longer, a little bit wider, I really think you're going to appreciate these handles, and I think they look really great actually, especially in this case. Again, it's really hard for me to be sort of critical of saying that I have put time and effort into you know, designing with Multipick, so you have to forgive me for not really giving any negatives to these. All I can really tell you is the price, and of course it is the middle of the range set. So you get what you see here, you get the case, you get the 3 double-ended turners in 1mm, 1.2mm, 1.5mm thicknesses. You get your 3 left-hand and 3 right-hand flags, and yeah, this comes in at 138 euros or 122 pounds or 152 US dollars, or thereabouts. I don't know the exact price that when it goes out, but that is a really good, I think, indication of what it will be as of the filming of this video. But please do go check out the website for the actual current prices, because it will change on a daily basis with, you know, exchange rates and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, do go check it out. I'd really like to know what you think to the tweaks that I've made. Do you think these are an improvement over the standard G Pro design? Does this make you want to dip into trying the Multipick picks? What do you think to the Multipick tips in general? Whatever you think, please throw some comments down below. I do read them all, reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to subscribe for more content like this. I've got more designs coming out with more makers, which is really cool, so keep watching for that. And of course, I'll see you all next time.